Okay then, well, let's go ahead now, and this is the quick order screen, and if you haven't been using this yet, you will be more and more familiar with this as you work with it and get more training. But for now, what I'm just going to demonstrate is utilizing the order to submit directly to Optiport. And I also want to demonstrate something that we were doing a moment ago, how contact lenses have trial lenses that can be directly associated with them. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to select a patient that's going to go on this order. And we'll go ahead and select this one. And I'm going to make sure it's a contact lens order. And you can fulfill a prescription right here. There are other ways to do that as well, as you can learn in training later. But for right now, I'm not going to select any sort of prescription. I'm just going to select an item to go on the order. And these are bringing up the contact lenses once again. And as we have seen, we have AccuView. And these are all the different contact configurations for this AccuView item. We'll select this one. And you'll notice that this populated with the prescription information. And this right here, we'll go ahead and select the same item for both eyes. And notice the name is AccuView. And when we were looking at inventory earlier, we know that there is a trial lens for this. So we can now just click on trial, and you'll now see that this is a trial lens. And again, if I wanted to, I could click on that, and that would be populated with trial. You'll also notice that we do have these lenses in inventory because the source is inventory. And this is where I want to demonstrate submitting this to Optiport. First thing you would want to do is make sure that your status was set to order. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull this up a little bit so that you can see what happens down below. Right down here, we're going to click on this send using. And remember, we have set up Optiport as a supplier at this point, so that's how this is going to now be achieved. So then send using is the drop down here, and I'm going to go ahead and select Optiport. Now it's processing. We're waiting for that. And that gives us the status that the order was sent successfully. And I want you to notice right after I click OK that excuse me, a lab order ID will populate right here. And this lab order ID is what is actually in the record for Optiport itself. So what I want to do, I want to bring over Optiport right now. I'm online. I'm at their CLX portal, and I'm going to sign in. And of course, these are my location's orders that we're going to now look at the orders that are ready for supplier processing. And you'll notice this ID 48699. This is on Optiport's network right now for processing, 48699. And that indeed is the lab order ID we have here. The other nice little feature here is that we can trace this with this auditing feature. This is telling us that this request was sent, and this is telling us that this interaction was successful. I'm going to double click on this as well and show you another useful feature for this. This is just a HTML based document that shows the Optiport purchase request with all the information about the user and office information, patient information, and things like that. And you can do likewise for this status report as well. Another interesting thing we can do with this, and this works in tandem with Optiport, I'm going to go to the details right here, because this is going to bring up the order details itself. Again, this is the same order, it's just in a different format now. We've already submitted this, and what we can do right now, if we choose, we can ship this, we can allow this to be shipped to a different location once Optiport has sent it. And so if I check right here, these are all the different addresses that you can provide, and these are coming directly from the patient module. In the patient module, there is an area for primary addresses, and as you can see for the patient here, it's 123 My Way. There's also in the patient module, there's an area for billing, and that's 123 Your Way. And you could also, in the patient module, have another area for a shipping address, and it's 123 No Way here. And you could also select custom, so that you could create a different address that may not be available, or you could send it to a different location, i.e. if you had multiple locations with your company, you could just have this sent to a different location if you wished. So that's another little aspect that you could use that coordinates with Optiport as well, so that it's shipped to a different location. Now, this all works great if you're doing one order at a time and you're sending it directly to Optiport. But in the next video, we're going to talk about how you may want to utilize purchase orders in a batch-like fashion, even to auto-create purchase orders, and or to send specific orders directly to Optiport if that's what your needs are.